Okay, tell me if this has ever happened to you. You're out camping, you hear a noise in the woods, you grab your flashlight, bam, it slips right out of your hands, gone in the bushes. Yeah, this is why headlamps exist. And today, I am ranking the 6 best camping headlamps from good to freaking amazing. Now, fair warning, some of these are budget-friendly with a few quirks, and some are seriously next level. Stick around till the end because number 1 honestly blew me away. Let's get into it. 6. Energizer LED Headlamp. Now, Energizer is a name you probably already trust. Like, chances are they've powered your remote control at some point. And on paper, this headlamp checks the right boxes: lightweight, long-lasting, with a decent battery performance, and it's actually pretty comfortable to wear for extended periods of time. What stood out to me right away was its brightness optimization. The beam is clear, not too spotty, and has multiple lighting modes, which is nice if you're the kind of camper who switches between cooking, reading in your tent, and then exploring outside. I also appreciated that it's water resistant, which means if you get caught in the rain, the classic camping curveball, it'll hold up just fine. But here's where the cracks started to show. First off, while it claims up to 35 hours of battery life, that's really only if you're using the dimmer settings. Switch it up to high and, well, you're going to be swapping batteries a lot sooner than you'd expect. And speaking of batteries, this one loves chewing through them. Bring extras, trust me. Another thing, while it's good for short hikes or around the campsite, I wouldn't say it screams adventure grade. The strap feels a little basic. Not bad, just not what I'd rely on for a long trek. Still, for the price, it's affordable, it's reliable enough, but let's just say it's more of a starter headlamp than a serious outdoor workhorse. 5. LHKNL Headlamp Flashlight. Okay, this one definitely packs more of a punch compared to the Energizer. It's rechargeable via USB, which immediately scores points because who wants to keep buying batteries during a camping trip, right? The first thing I noticed is it's bright, like really bright, for such a lightweight build. The beam has solid reach, plus it's adjustable so you can tilt it down if you're cooking at camp or up if you're scanning the trees for raccoons trying to steal your snacks. It also has multiple modes, including a red light for night vision, which is super handy if you want to avoid blinding your camping buddies while you chat. That said, let's talk about the downsides. While I loved how light it feels on your head, the build quality isn't the most durable out there. I mean, sure, it's water resistant, but it has that budget plastic vibe that makes me a little worried about dropping it on rocks or shoving it deep in my pack. Another tiny annoyance, the button controls at night. You know that feeling when you just keep pressing and cycling through and you're like, nope, still not the one I want? Yeah, that can happen here. But hey, overall, lightweight, rechargeable, crazy bright, just a little finicky and maybe not the toughest contender on the list. Definitely a step up, though. 4. Blukar LED Headlamp. Now, for campers who are all about convenience, this thing hits a sweet spot. One of the coolest features here is just how compact it is. Like, it folds up so small, you'll forget you even packed it until you need it. Perfect for minimalists who are counting every ounce they're carrying. When I tested it, I liked how easy it was to charge via USB, same as the LHKNL, but the Blukar seemed to hold its charge just a little better. And the comfort factor is real. The head strap feels more premium, snug but not too tight, and really stays put even if you're hiking up uneven trails. Its brightness isn't the most powerful on the list, but it's well balanced. The beam is wide, consistent, and ideal for close to mid-range tasks. Something else I appreciated, it's IPX4 waterproof, so splashes in light rain, no problem. And since the majority of camping trips do involve at least one rude weather surprise, this is a nice safety net. The only nitpick here? If you're the type who does serious trekking or night trail runs, it might feel underpowered at max brightness compared to the super high-performance beasts out there. But for casual campers, stargazers, or families just going out for weekend getaways, it's honestly perfect. Reliable, simple, and comfy. Number 3, the Lepro LED Headlamp. Now we're starting to move into heavy-duty territory. This thing, man, when I first tried it, the light output actually made me stop and say, okay, wow, it's bright, it's sharp, and the beam distance is fantastic. What I love most is just how versatile it is. It has multiple brightness settings, a red mode, and a flashing mode. The rechargeable battery is strong, lasting surprisingly long between charges, and the beam pattern is wide while still giving you a solid focus center so you can see far ahead. Comfort-wise, the headband is adjustable enough for basically any head size, and it sits stable, even if you're jogging or making quick movements. For durability, it feels like it could take a beating, and that gave me a lot more confidence than, say, the LHKNL. If I had to point out a slight downside, it's a little bulkier compared to the last 2 headlamps on this list. Not ridiculously heavy, but you do notice it if you're a minimalist camper. Still, for the amount of performance you're getting, the small trade-off is 100% worth it. Honestly, the Lepro is like that solid middle ground. It works for casual campers, night hikers, and even more rugged use. Rock solid performer.
Now, sliding into number 2, PETZL's TIKKINA Headlamp. Okay, let me tell you, PETZL is basically the name in the headlamp game. They've been around forever and have this reputation of making gear that doesn't just work, but actually last season after season. The TIKKINA is sleek, super lightweight, and yet surprisingly powerful. The build quality feels premium. This is not a headlamp you're gonna worry about tossing into your backpack. The brightness is more than enough for camping, hiking, and working around camp at night. Plus, the beam spread is clean, no weird blotches or dim patches. One of the big wins here for me is comfort. It's one of those put it on and forget about it's there headlamps, which is huge if you're wearing it for hours. Also, it's compatible with PETZL's core rechargeable battery, but can also take standard AAA batteries, so you get the best of both worlds, rechargeable and fallback if you're somewhere remote. Honestly, there isn't a lot I can complain about. If I had to nitpick, I'd say it's not the brightest headlamp on the market in raw lumens, especially compared to some extreme ones. But this thing is all about balance, long run time, comfort, reliability. That's what makes it so popular.
Number 1, AMAKER LED Rechargeable Headlamp. And finally, number 1, the AMAKER LED Rechargeable Headlamp. Oh man, where do I even start with this beast? This is the definition of a powerhouse headlamp. When I first switched it on, it was like daytime broke out of nowhere. Like, seriously, this thing is insanely bright. Now, brightness isn't everything, but here's the kicker. It's not just ultra bright, it's also adjustable. You can switch between wide flood for close-up tasks or narrow beams for spotting way off into the distance. And the battery, holy smokes, the battery life is ridiculous compared to most other rechargeable headlamps I've used. Even on higher settings, it outlasted my expectations. Build? Rugged. This thing feels made for adventure. Waterproof, shock-resistant, and a strap that feels secure without being uncomfortable. Even when I was climbing and moving fast, it didn't budge. Now, let's be real. Because it's so powerful and built like a tank, it's a little chunkier than some of the lighter options. If you're someone who's all about ultralight packing, maybe it'll feel like a bit much. But honestly, that's a trade-off most serious campers or night adventurers are totally fine making. And here's the thing, I tested it not just for camping, but also for emergency situations, and it straight up replaced my floodlight at home. It's that good. For me, this isn't just the best camping headlamp, it's one of the best all-around headlamps out there right now. So there you have it, 6 of the best camping headlamps you can grab right now, ranked from decent, budget-friendly options to absolute heavy hitters. Remember, number 6 and 5 are great for casual use or entry-level campers, but if you're gonna be out in the wilderness a lot, that AMAKER or the PETZL, yeah, those are worth every penny. Tell me in the comments, which one of these headlamps would you trust on your next adventure? And hey, don't forget to hit that like button if this helped you out and subscribe for more outdoor gear reviews.
Thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and happy camping.